Alright, so another backstory on this video. This is a follow-up to my last video, which was footage from a trail cam that we set up on an owl house at my parents' house. So in addition to that trail cam, we also set up another one on the tree line, probably about 10 to 20 yards back on the edge of the woods. And as you can see in the opening image, there are quite a few deer that come through this spot, which is why we set up the camera in the first place. And again, just like the last one, we set this camera up basically on New Year's Eve-ish, and we left it out for about a month before I went out and checked it. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. And again, this particular video is for my use on my YouTube channel, which is largely focused around hunting and hunting instruction. So just a little fun thing to be thinking about as you're watching this video. I guess some people might consider this, if it were a huntable spot, to be a good place to set up for hunting, archery hunting maybe. Because there are deer here. And as you can see from the opening image, there might be quite a few deer here. So what you want to be kind of thinking about when you're watching this video is, imagine if you are, say, a bow hunter and you are set up where this camera is set up. So this camera is set up elevated on a tree looking down. So imagine you're in a tree stand. And imagine the type of schedule you would have to actually have a shot at seeing these deer and harvesting one. So pay attention throughout this month when these deer are showing up, and pay attention to when they are showing up within the day, like what time they're showing up. And then imagine if you were to just pick one day, what are the chances of actually seeing one of these deer? And if you picked a schedule, like once a week, what are the chances? Maybe start thinking about how often you actually have to visit a spot that you know there's deer, because say you're walking around the woods and you see footprints, and you don't know how often deer show up there. Deer can be wherever they want in the woods. So what are the chances of that deer walking by your tree stand if you set up a tree stand? So I think that's a fun little exercise. By the way, my parents' neighborhood is not a huntable spot. Way too many houses around. But I am just saying, imagine if it were. And, again, I think if you put a trail cam out in the middle of the woods, public property, conservation land, you probably, I'm pretty much going to say this is as good a footage as you're going to get. I've had trail cams up all over the woods, and, this is some pretty good footage and activity in my opinion. But, if you are a hunter, I'd also like to hear your feedback. But anyway, that's it. Not to drag this on too long, I will say, the footage gets better and better and better as it goes on. So watch the whole thing and let me know what you think.